Wayne Harris back deep for the Giants. And we are underway in Tampa. Eli Manning and the Giants offense will start from their 25-yard line. In the rain, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. It's Perkins, and he's hit for a loss. Right guard for the Giants today. On 2nd down and 11, it is Perkins again, and again, it's Gerald McCoy. Loss of 7 on the tackle by McCoy, who's been to the last 5 Pro Bowls. Manning sets up the screen on 3rd down and 18. It's Perkins, and he's stripped up at the 23-yard line by Vernon Hargraves. Brad Wing waiting back at his 10-yard line. Bernard Reedy is back deep for the Bucs. Good starting field position for Tampa Bay. It's down at the 36-yard line, a 41-yard punt and roll off the foot of Wing. On 1st down, it's Rodgers who finds a hole. Takes it out to the 42-yard line.
Out front of this New York Giants.
This is Rodgers. Rodgers bottled up at the 44, setting up a 3rd down and 3. 2 big penalties on Apple last week against Philadelphia. On the toss, it is Rodgers, and he will not get there. Met initially by Janoris Jenkins, and now the Bucs go 3 and out.
Because of how they got this series right here at the backside of the 50-yard line.
Brian Anger punting it deep. Harris will let it bounce. Can the Bucs keep it out? They do. It is down inside the 2.
The team's roles and responsibilities.
He's the special teams captain for the Bucs as Manning hands it off. Perkins out to the 5-yard line for a gain of 3. 2 tight ends on the field for the Giants here. Ellison and Ingram. Penalty marker on 2nd down as Perkins takes it out to the 9-yard line. Craig Rolstad, our referee today.
Offside. Defense, number 92, lined up in the neutral zone. It's a 5-yard penalty replay. 2nd down.
2nd down and 2 following the penalty. Manning looking to throw. Odell Beckham Jr. And it's Brent Grimes defending. Shane Vereen in the backfield, 3rd down and 2. Manning throws on the slant, and it is broken up by Darius Clanton. He was looking for the rookie tight end, Evan Ingram.
Guys are fast flow, make tackles, make a lot of plays on the ball. See how these young guys hold up in their stead.
Wing punted out of his end zone. Reedy at the 43, and he is met immediately by Roger Lewis Tampa in this stadium. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. This is Queens Rodgers. Doug Martin serving the final game of his suspension. He'll be back on Thursday night for the Bucs. They ran it only 9 times in their loss to the Vikings last Sunday. Winston over the middle for a 1st down in Giants territory.
Keeping the chains moving will be critical here, Kenny.
From the 42, it's Rodgers. He finds a hole, picks up a 1st down and more. Rodgers inside the 10, and he is finally brought down by B.J. Goodson. Giants allowed 193 yards on the ground last Sunday. Winston on 1st and goal to the end zone. Mike Evans, touchdown.
Eli Apple's not going to turn around and find the football. You're going to see a lot of this all day.
For the last 7 seasons, Nick Folk. Folk adds the extra point.
You get a good one, you know it.
Evans with the game's first touchdown. Giants still looking for their first down. Down 3 wide receivers. Beckham, Shepard, and Marshall. They keep it on the ground with Perkins. And Paul Perkins picks up 15, Tiki, on 1st down.
Big run for Paul Perkins here.
Perkins again. So patience to explosion through. I like that.
Things in your meeting room.
You guys ever met before? All right, 2nd down and 2. Manning fires downfield. Now 3rd down and 8 for the Giants. 3 receivers set. They must get to the 49. And they do. As the catch is made in Bucs territory. from the 48 on first down. That pass deflects away from Perkins, and then he took a hit from Kendall Beckwith.
Alexander out of the lineup.
Rookie out of LSU, collegiate teammate of Odell Beckham Jr. And this is Beckham, breaks away from one tackle and takes it to the 40-yard line. They're down at 2. Manning looking, throws. Beckham got tangled up with his collegiate teammate Beckwith. There is a flag.
It's number 51. The ball will be placed at the spot on the foul. First down.
All, of course, but either way, first down for the Giants.
From the 36 of the Bucs, this is Shane Vereen, the former New England Patriot. He gains 4 down to the Tampa Bay 32. It's Vereen again, and this time he's hit for a loss of 3. It's Gerald McCoy yet again. It's must get to the 26 for a first down. Manning throws over the middle. It's Sterling Shepard, but not enough. Would be a 48-yard field goal attempt. Giants going for it on fourth down. Manning hit as he throws, and the pass sails away from Brandon Marshall. Again, it was Gerald McCoy. Just under 4 minutes remaining, first quarter in Tampa. Winston sets up the screen on first down. It's Jaquiz Rogers, and he's out across the 40 for Buccaneers first. Winston has started the game 3 for 3. Bucs go with 3 tight ends. Off the fake to Rogers. Winston sets. Wide open is the tight end, O.J. Howard, and he will take it 58 yards for his first National Football League touchdown.
Well, he's the inline tight end on that side, and this is great misdirection. There's nobody on the Giants even remotely aware of where O.J. Howard is, and that is the easiest.
First round pick out of Alabama. Not only 2 receptions over the Bucs. First 2 games, the extra point attempt is no good as Folk swings it wide right.
Back turn to his responsibility, and there's just no catching O.J. Howard. He's got a 40-yard lead on him.
Fourth possession coming up for the Giants. You mentioned Wayne Gallman in the open. He's on the field for the first time. In the backfield, his first NFL action. What a catch! And Evan Engram says, I can do it too.
Defense, well-weighted, big catch for the rookie.
This is Gallman, his first NFL carry. His birthday, turns 23 today. Manning looking to throw on second down, over the middle, and it's caught out at midfield. And then Keith Tandy brings Engram to the ground, gain of 4. Cole gives the offense confidence. Third down and 4. As Manning throws, and it could not be handled by Brandon Marshall, with Brent Grimes, his former teammate in Miami, defending.
Move like that at that size.
Yeah, Rhonda, you also see there's just something a little bit off with Eli and Brandon Marshall still.
Still getting used to playing with one another. As this punt by Wing bounces into the end zone, Giants could not keep it out. On the toss, it is Rogers. And Rogers looks to find his way back to the line of scrimmage. Winston on second and 10. He throws to the Bucs. Looked to pick up the first down, but Howard did not hold on to it. Third down and 10. This is Charles Sims. And Sims will be tackled at the 27-yard line. One to Mike Evans, the other to the rookie tight end, O.J. Howard. Good kick. Harris lets it go. 3 Pro Bowls together.
Yes, and I won the last one.
Giants start from the 11-yard line. Pass is caught by Shepard for a first down out at the 22. We have some more. Stay tuned.
Oh, great.
Kendall Beckwith comes up to make the play on Perkins.
Have him in the middle of this Bucs defense.
On second and 10, play action. Manning was under pressure, and he's forced to throw it into the ground.
Like maybe a bust there by Evan Engram.
That was in the vicinity of Engram. Now Manning firing downfield on third down. No flags. as Beckham got tangled up a bit with Vernon Hargraves.
They're mounting for this Giants offense already.
Yeah, no, when you talk to this team, when you talk to their coaches, they all are feeling a lot of pressure, and sometimes that makes you press too much.
This is Bernard Reedy on the return for the Bucs. Turns the corner, setting up great field position once again. And as you saw today for the Bucs, they've run 12 plays. They have 13 points. This is play number 13 as Winston connects with Cameron Brate. Another big play for this Tampa Bay offense as Brate takes it inside the 30, 45 yards plus.
Yeah, we talked to Spags about giving up those explosive plays. They gave up 7 explosive plays on the ground last week.
No relation.
No relation. At least we don't think.
Winston on second down, and that pass is broken out. Good play by Janoris Jenkins, intended for Mike Evans. That's defensive guys say when you return one for a touchdown. I know you did it 8 times. Hit your head on the goalpost. Now Winston going deep, looking for Deshaun Jackson in the end zone. It is Eli Apple who breaks it up.
The footing has anything to do with it.
From the left hand, you missed an extra point earlier. And this one is wide to the right. Guys looking for a win here today. Trail 13-0. Best starting field position of the game for the Giants as Manning spins. There is a flag. He throws. It's complete to Brandon Marshall. Penalty marker down.
By
Prior to the
Eli.
pass, holding, defense, number 23. That penalties declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Coleman lined up to the right of Manning. From the 46, Beckham drops it. From the 46, Manning steps up. Now he throws, and the catch is made by Sterling Shepard for a Giants first down in Buccaneers territory.
Picking up the first down.
Third reception for Shepard on the fake end around. They set up the screen to Marine. Nice play call. And Marine picks up the first down, Tiki to the Bucs 31.
They're saving what could have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
Marine gained 11, third straight play in which the Giants picked up a first down. And now Manning fires. He was looking Beckham's way, and Bucs 32. Manning over the top. And it's hard to bring down Ellison, finally tackled. On third down, it's Perkins. And Paul Perkins picks up a Giants first down from the 21. 8th play of the drive for the Giants, and that play did not fool the Bucs. NFL. Second down and 12. As Manning throws, it's Marshall. And Marshall is knocked out of bounds at the 13-yard line by Brett Grimes. Quickly back up to the line. On third and short, it's Vereen, and he will not get there. Robert Ayers, the former Giant.
As defensive tackles, they got 2 of them right now, Jerry McCoy and the way Robert Ayers is playing.
A 30-yard attempt by Aldrich Rosas is good.
Averaging 10 minutes in the first quarter, as you can see there.
First half, right, Tig?
Yeah, 10 minutes in the first half.
Now that's some brotherly love, helping out.
Got your back, dog.
Yeah, you're right. They're already at 15 now. So
Giants field goal. Bucs start from their 20-yard line as Winston hands it off to Rodgers. Gain of 2. To Los Angeles we go. Carissa is coming off the 3-point loss to the Eagles last Sunday as Winston was looking for the tight end. O.J. Howard, third down coming up.
All the bodies on the defensive line of the Giants here.
Here they come. Winston hit on 3rd and 8, and the pass is nearly picked off. Harris, check this out. Their catch signaled by Beckham bounces out of bounds right around the 38. From the 38-yard line on first down with the Giants trailing by 10. Manning to Marshall. Hargraves
ultimately cost them.
and he was fined as well. Second down and 5 as Manning throws. It's Beckham. Spins away, stays on his feet. Another 360 into Buccaneers territory. The second catch today from the 42. Manning with time. He throws, and this one is through the hands of Beckham. 10. Manning on the slant. Catch is made at the 39-yard line by Ingram. Giants must get to the 32. Manning over the middle, it's caught by Shepard. And Sterling Shepard is inside the 20 for a Giants first down. These last couple of plays without Odell Beckham Jr. On first down, it's Fareed who found a hole, takes it to the Tampa Bay 14 for a gain of 6.
Sometimes very easy to just chuck it out there and get easier yards.
On 2nd and 4, Manning takes off. He's inside the 5 to the end zone. He dives. Touchdown!
One thing is a defense, and this was a talking point when I was playing, every single quarterback in the NFL is a runner in the red zone. Because everybody, the field is down for the New York Giants.
That was a 14-yard run. His longest career run is 18 yards. 6th career rushing touchdown.
What was available.
So there are 20 million people in the New York metropolitan area. They were all waiting to hear what you had to say about Eli today. Of course, the Bucs defensive coordinator watched the film on the Giants scoring 24 in the 4th quarter last week as Deshaun Jackson makes the catch for a first down.
Good catch by Deshaun Jackson there.
His first reception today, and that was nearly his 2nd, but it was broken up. Another good play made by Eli Apple.
Yeah, Collins might have lit him up. That was out in front of him a little bit more.
Now Winston swings it out. This is Adam Humphries, and the tackle made by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Buccaneers have not converted today on 3rd down. They must get to the 46. And they do. It's Humphries for a Buccaneers first down.
At least 3 going into halftime.
They have all 3 of their timeouts. On the toss, it's Charles Sims across midfield. Sims has a first down for the Giants, 39. A minute 35 remaining. Low snap, handled by Winston. And now he throws to the outside. It's Humphries, but he was out of bounds. Winston, Humphries. Down at 3 from the Giants 32. Winston can't find anyone. And now it's Evans. Mike Evans, what a catch! Touchdown! His 2nd of this first half.
And let's see if he got down.
His knee is down. Where's that ball?
Well, it's going to depend, Tiki, whether or not Landon Collins touched him.
Is under review.
On the way down. And I think he's clearly short.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell there if Landon Collins got a hand on him. Let's see what we got.
After review, the ruling on the field has changed. The runner is down by contact at the 1/2-yard line. It'll be first down. Tampa Bay has chosen to take their first charged timeout with 56 seconds to avoid a 10-second runoff. Timeout, Tampa Bay.
On the toss, it's Rodgers, and he will lose a couple. Devon Kennard, first Giant to make contact. 3 tight ends, 2nd and goal from the 2. Winston to the end zone. Evans off his hand.
The bottom again, Mike Evans versus Janoris Jenkins.
All right, here we go. 3rd and goal. Winston to the end zone, and he was looking to his tight end. Great. It deflects away, and the Bucs will send out the field goal unit. They thought they had a touchdown, but it was overturned on the review.
These are the type of plays you come back later in the football game, and if it's a close game, you're wondering.
On a relief from Kurt Warner, September 2004 against the Eagles. First play in the regular season. Hands it off to Tiki. 72 yards and a Giants touchdown as the kickoff sails through the end zone. 2007. And yes, you guys did share a hug when he walked into the room yesterday. This is Ingram. First down. Out to the 39. From the 38. Manning escapes the pressure. Now he's taken down after a gain of 2 by McCoy. Neither team with a timeout remaining. From the 39 on 2nd down. Low throw could not be handled by Shane Vereen. Manning hands it off to Vereen on 3rd down. Clock will run out in time of possession. Buccaneers missed an extra point and a field goal, but lead by 6. And we'll start from their 25-yard line.
This Bucs offense is going to come out and try to establish the run themselves. Let's see if they do that.
This is Rodgers up the middle. Good push for a gain of 5 out to the 30. Landon Collins, the tackle. On 2nd and 5, Bucs keep it on the ground with Rodgers, and Jaquiz Rodgers will pick up a first down out to the 36. Opening drive of the second half with the Buccaneers leading 16-10 as Ron Kennard wraps up Rodgers after a short gain. 2nd down and 8. Winston to the outside. Sean Jackson.
Much better up here. Trust.
1st and 10, 46 off the play fake. Winston complete into Giants territory. It's Howard. On 2nd and 5, it's Rodgers. And another first down and more for Jaquiz Rodgers. Ball came loose at the end of the play. The question is, was he ruled down? He was.
How about this officiating staff again?
Rodgers gains 12. Buccaneers first down. Again, it's Rodgers. Looks to fight his way through. 35 carries, 30 yards. And now it's Peyton Barber.
Bad sign for the Giants.
Placed by Jay Bromley, another low snap. And then Winston fires across the field, out of bounds.
They've struggled snapping the football here the past 2 weeks.
Marpet, a New York native, Hobart College, 49-yard attempt. And Folk, this is another one. Putting a 58-yarder, kicking in that direction. So now the Giants take over, trailing by 6. The pass is high, intended for Odell Beckham Jr. Been a major factor as Folk has missed 3 kicks. Now Manning over the middle, Shepard. Sterling Shepard for a gain of 8, out to the 47-yard line. Giants must get to the 49 for a first down as Manning throws, and it's complete. For a first down, it's Brandon Marshall to the Tampa Bay 45.
Check out this alignment.
Marshall lines up in the backfield. And it's Perkins. Perkins to the 44, and he is brought down. Down at 8. Manning fires, and the catch is made by Odell Beckham Jr. Movement prior to the snap. Play is blown dead.
Point to the defense.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense on the nose guard. The 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Giants pick up the first down by a penalty. This is Gallman. His best run today in his NFL debut. A first down to the Bucs 19.
18 yards on the carry. Second leading rusher on the team now.
Yes, on his second career carry. And now his third. Not much that time. To the Tampa Bay 18.
Okay, some of his skill right now.
2nd down and 9. It's Gallman again. I became the official photographer for Manning on 3rd down and 5. Giants must get to the 9 for a first down. Manning rolling to his right. And now he throws. And it's Brandon Marshall who makes the catch. Marshall and Grimes know each other well, teammates with the Dolphins. First and goal from the 4. Gallman gains a yard. And goal. Manning throws. Touchdown. Wayne Gallman on his birthday in his NFL debut.
Miscommunication on the defense. Easy delivery.
Doesn't get any easier than that.
First touchdown for the young man.
Orleans Darkwa out with a back injury. Gallman getting his opportunity. 2 seasons ago set the all-time rushing record in 1 season at Clemson.
Gets out scot-free, scores his first touchdown of his career.
Call it running back intuition. You mentioned him in the open, Tiki. How did you know we were going to see as much Wayne as we did, as we are?
Karma, man. Running into somebody's aunt at dinner. Karma.
There you go. Empty backfield. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Out to the 25. It's without one of their top defensive players in Snacks Harrison. Winston on 2nd and 10. Airing it out, looking for Deshaun Jackson.
Excellent. Led to an interception against Minnesota.
3rd down and 10. Winston under pressure. Down he goes. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie.
This football game, the Giants again, continuing to maintain drives, starting to show up on defense too.
Rogers, Cromartie, and Jason Pierre-Paul with the sack. Fair catch is called for.
To this game, expecting him to struggle. We haven't mentioned anything bad about him yet. He's doing a good job.
There's Coleman. Another nice run into Buccaneers territory.
Have now 2 healthy running backs.
Right, without Perkins. Manning swings it out. It's Marshall. Marshall stumbling forward. And he looks like he has a first down. Another quick out. It's Beckham. Stiff arm to Grimes. Out of bounds at the 43. In his last 7 attempts. It's Gallman with the Tampa Bay 39-4. Must get to the 35 for a first down. Manning fires on 3rd down, and the catch is made by Beckham for a first down to the Bucs 30.
Execution by the Giants.
Final minute, 3rd quarter. Manning's pass broken up by Chris Conti. Hands it off to Gallman. Nothing.
Going to the well one too many times with that draw play.
They must get to the 21 for a first. Manning drifting to his left. Now finds a seam. And he will go down at the 26-yard line. 3-yard attempt. Rosas hit from 30 earlier. And his kick is wide to the right. Missed an extra point attempt as well. So now the Bucs take over following the missed field goal by Rosas as Rogers is bottled up by JPP. 2nd and 10 for Jameis Winston and the Bucs. This is Rogers. And Rogers spins out for the 45 for a first down.
It's had that same feeling in the first half. The Bucs have it now.
Right, Giants a slow start. And now they lead by 1. Winston directing traffic, moving to his right. And he slides. This is Rogers up the middle. And it looks like Jaquiz Rogers has a Buccaneers first down. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Off the play fake. Winston throws. Evans lost the handle. The question is, did he have possession? He did not. But McAdoo threw the challenge flag.
Are challenged in the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass.
It's not the element of time. You've got control, you got 2 feet, and slow motion makes everything look like a catch, but you got to run it in real speed. There just isn't enough time to consider anything.
Led by Al Riveron.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is an incomplete pass. New York Giants will be charged with their first team timeout.
Back on the field. 2nd down and 10. Winston off his back foot, some miscommunication with Evans. Landon Collins with the pressure. Winston, soft touch. Humphries bounces off the tackle attempt by Jenkins, but not enough. Play clock winding down. Winston on 4th down. Over the middle, broke it up. Landon Collins getting a hand on it. Pass intended for the tight end, Cameron Brate.
Cameron Brate avoiding the pass interference.
But now the Giants go back to work with a 1-point lead. It's Gallman out to the 42, Tiki, for a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Manning to the outside. Marshall drops it. Big play here. 3rd down and 3. Manning looking for Beckham. Grimes getting a hand on it.
It's out there, but he is still nursing that ankle just a little bit. You can see his speed is off.
Well, Wing with a shank.
Your head, trying to do a little bit too much.
So the Buccaneers with excellent field position from the 43 as Rogers gains 5 out to the 48-yard line. Down at 5 with just under 9 minutes remaining. Winston, Humphries. Humphries still going. And he is finally dragged down inside the Giants' 15-yard line. Bucs offense.
Spags has got to be frustrated by that lack of wrapping up.
Winston has it, got it back, snacks Harrison. Freeze in the slot to the left. Jackson split wide to the left. As Winston throws right, end zone, Evans, there is a flag.
Be surprised if Rolstead calls this
There are
offsetting.
2 fouls on the play, 1 on each team. Pass interference, offense, number 13. Pass interference, defense. Those penalties offset. Replay. Second down.
Ball 4, huh? Second and 10. Bucs just got the snap off to the end zone. Touchdown. Cameron Brate.
But watch Brate right here. He's getting covered by Casillas. Almost a position where you're letting your disguise. They're trying to disguise their defense.
Winston over the middle, and it is broken up.
His opportunities, and Jameis did not give him a good one there.
But the Buccaneers have regained the lead. 5-point game as they capitalize on that shank 15-yard punt.
They've had a lot of long drives in this football game.
Brett Jones still in at center for the Giants. Manning with time. And the pass out of the reach of the tight end, Evan Engram. Huge loss for the Raiders. Giants trailing by 5 here in Tampa. Manning again with time, firing downfield for Beckham. He's got it.
A few weeks ago.
Right, missed the opener, movement prior to the snap. And the play is blown dead. Remember when he was asked about it. Here's Craig Rolstead.
Defense, number 92. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
First down at 5 following the penalty. Manning looking for Beckham. Too far. Grimes defending. Manning over the top. Off the hands of Engram.
To evaluate some of his successes if you just look at the stats.
Tune in tomorrow. 3rd down and 5. Manning to the outside, and a diving catch is made by Engram for a Giants first down.
Very talented, productive young tight end.
First and 10 from the 18-yard line. On the slant, it's Beckham. He spins and is brought down at the 10 after a gain of 8. Roger Lewis Jr. in for Odell Beckham Jr. Second down and 2. A handoff to Gallman. And Wayne Gallman has a Giants first down. First and goal. It's Gallman over the top. Inside the 5. One-on-one coverage on Beckham. It's Gallman. Gallman down to the 2.
Have 2 shots here to score.
Manning looking to throw on 3rd and goal to the end zone. Touchdown! Rhett Ellison.
If the play is available out to the right, you take it. But then you have a crosser in Rhett Ellison, and he's completely unaccounted for.
Put out wide to the right. Perrine in the backfield. As Manning throws back of the end zone to Beckham. He's got it. And now another official comes in and says no.
I think he may have stepped on the white here.
Defense number 13 did not reestablish inbounds. Illegally touched the ball. That penalty is declined. Holding. Offense number 76. That penalty is accepted. There will be a retry.
I would give them another opportunity.
The loss of down. The illegal touch carries a loss of down. That penalty will be accepted. Therefore, the try is no good.
Giants with a 1-point lead. 3:16 remaining in Tampa. Bucs will start from their 25. Winston and the Bucs trailing by 1 from the 25-yard line. Adam Humphries out at the 31 for a gain of 6, his 6th reception.
He has here 3 minutes left in this football game.
Second down at 4. Winston with time, can't find anyone. And now he will take off. He picks up a first down and then slides. Marked down at the 38-yard line. 1.5 remaining. From the 38 on first down. Winston over the middle to Mike Evans. In Giants territory, another Bucs first down. Winston on first down. This is Evans. Remember, he was shaken up as we went to the 2-minute warning. Fights his way down to the 44, gain of 4.
Jameis wants to keep his cool and protect the football.
Second down and 7. Cameron Brate. Out and 1. Post snap once again. And now Winston throws. And what a catch! What a catch made by Cameron Brate.
Heavy personnel. They're going to turn around and hand this ball off 3 times.
Winston hangs on to it.
Just pressure. This is going back to technique, not thinking about it.
4 seconds, they have a timeout. Folk from 34 yards out for the win. Oh, it is good.
Just inside.
There was a flag thrown, looks to be against the Giants.
Offside. Defense. Number 21. That penalty declined. The resulting play is field goal.
Is this close enough for you? Oh my goodness. 3 misses to the right. Comes over the top. Pulls it almost outside the left upright. But at the end of the day, it's a game winner for Nick Folk and the Bucs. Go to 2-1 on the season. What a great game. What a great win for Dirk Cutter and his Bucs team.